What is going on, guys? This is Mr. TechBot, and of course, this is Disney News with TechBot. This is the show where, we're going to talk about all the latest that's been going down with Disney. There's a lot to go over. We got basic news from Disneyland to Disney World. We've got the huge Festival of the Holidays. They just released all the food items, which is going to start in about a week, actually less than a week now. And then, of course, we have Destination D23, which for all those you don't know, if you are a D23 member, which is the biggest fans of Disney, they had a convention at a Contemporary Resort this past week where, it's usually, kind of gives a little bit of insight on what's going on, what's going to happen for the next year, stuff like that. Now, mind you, this is the small one. Now, what they do every other year is they have a big expo at the Anaheim Convention Center every other year, and that's called the D23 Expo. And then we go to the Destination D. I guess they used to call it Destination D. I guess this year is called Destination D23. And that is just a much smaller one, which they had Josh DeMauro presenting a lot of the new stuff going out. So there's a lot to unpack here. So we are going to jump right into it. Now, before actually, let me slow myself down. Before we do jump into this, I did tell you guys there is a giveaway, and we do have a giveaway. And I'm going to start trying to do a giveaway about every single week. And this week, what we have is the Disney World 50th anniversary Joffrey's coffee. It does smell good. I'm more of a tea guy, but I like drinking coffee. I've heard a lot of good things about the 50th anniversary blend. So if you're interested and want to partake and get your chance to get into the 50th anniversary and get into the giveaway, please, I will have a trivia at the end of the show. And it'll be based upon something that I talked about within the show. Now, how you get entered into this is at the end, what your answer. I do not want you putting the answer into the chat the chat's just, you guys can ask me questions throughout the entire chat. I'll be taking breaks in there to answer a lot of your questions. But please, at the end with your answer, please go to Instagram. And I will put that information right up here real quick. If you do not follow me on Instagram, there's the information. Go to at Mr. TechBot. Go at Mr. TechBot77 on Instagram or at Mr. TechBot127 on Facebook. Go to either one of those, send me a message, and let me know with what your answer is. In next week's show, so that'll be next Monday, we will be picking the winner for the coffee, and I'll probably at that point also announce the next giveaway. So we're going to kind of roll through it like that. Hopefully that should be work. Hopefully that'll be something for you, fun for you guys. But again, it is based off of something I am going to say within this news. And trust me, there's a lot to go over. So let's go ahead and jump right into this now. But actually, before I get into this, I just got a news bulletin. I don't know the details on this. Not sure why they're doing this. Kind of have my ideas of why, but if you were looking towards getting an annual pass at Walt Disney World, they have suspended purchases of passes for Walt Disney World. From what I understand, at least through the end of the year. It was just a notification on my phone. I didn't get to read too much into it, but they are suspending annual passes. My assumption is that, especially since the only people that can really get the other tiers are Florida residents, and everyone else just can buy the $1,200 tier. I'm gonna guess maybe they're to maybe calm down the amount of people coming in, the reservations, because of course the top tier, I believe you can book up to 6 reservations at a time. So that would be my assumption. I don't know, never really know what's going through the minds of the Disney executives or why this reasoning is, but hopefully next week I should have some more information for you on that. All right. Now we're going to go over some basic news before we get to some of these big items. And before I do that, I just want to hit up. We do have Nadia in here. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by all the way from Canada. And I am doing fantastic. I'm glad to have the show back. I did take a break from this show for a little bit, trying to figure out how to redo it. And I think I've been able to find a good day to do this where I can also put in some time for the show, because hopefully you guys notice I did put in a lot of work for this one. So we're going to go straight into it with Rise of Resistance. There was a current lawsuit filed for a scene within the Rise of Resistance. This lawsuit was filed over the drop scene. It is going on from a Raven Sun engineer and former Universal engineer, Louis Altier. Apparently, he holds a pattern for this drop scene with the screens mechanism. Apparently, it was pitched to Disney back in 2014 for a different type of drop ride type of thing. Disney took the technology and used it in the ride, and it's used in a small part at the very end where you kind of do the drop shipments when you're escaping, where you have the sense of falling and the screens move along with you. They are basically profiting off of it and not giving anything back to the patent holder. It is currently in court right now. They have not had any results yet. So we'll wait to see what happens with that. But yes, Disney is being sued over technology that was taken. Disney Cruise news. Really, the only Disney Cruise news is this week they had announced that in the first of the year, I believe it's January starting January 13th, in addition to adults and teens being vaccinated, so will children 5 to 11 will be required to be vaccinated on a Disney cruise. Now, children under the age of 5, all they will need will be a COVID test, a negative COVID test. And then, so keep an eye on the Disney Cruise websites for updates, because Disney is constantly changing their rules and changing their bystanders on how to do it. So if you're taking a Disney cruise, I would say anytime in the next 6 months, please stay in touch with what's going on Disney Cruise to make sure you are up to date and nothing happens with your boarding of the Disney Cruise. All right, over to Disneyland. We're going to hit Disneyland before we come back to Disney World. Disneyland currently has a new renovation, and I believe they're going to be closing the famous. Now, Disney World used to have a Toontown back in the day. Really wasn't that popular, so they got rid of it and expanded Fantasyland. Kind of put Dumbo and Storybook Circus in the spot where it used to be. However, it's widely popular out in Disneyland. Now, they are going to be closing down, I think, most of Disneyland, or most of Toontown for a while, because, of course, they got to create the new entrance for the Mickey's Runaway Railway out there, as well as they're creating a whole new backdrop where at night they're going to be able to have projection screens to, have movements in the background and everything of that nature. Plus, they're also creating some new sitting areas that are going to be fantastic for even adult quiet areas. So here's some clips of where they're planning on going. This is actually a really cool area. They're going to have a nice green grass area, kind of an adult quiet area. Of course, the kids are still going to be there with a great fountain. And then, of course, the new entrance to the Mickey's Runaway Railway. I think it's going to be fun. Definitely something to check out. It said it's not supposed to be completely done until 2023 is when it will be open. So it'll be going down in March of 2022 and reopening sometime in 2023. They didn't really say when. Also, in Disneyland, Rise of Resistance. Now, this has already happened out here in Disney World. Haven't really had too many problems, but they did start opening up Rise of Resistance standby queue now. Since Disneyland reopened, and actually before the pandemic, Rise of Resistance has been on virtual queue only. They have opened up the standby lines where they're trying it out. However, they are still opening the possibilities of the virtual queue line coming back, depending on crowds and how things are going. If the standby line is not doing too well, they do have the option to turn on the virtual queue line. So I will still recommend, if you're going to Disneyland this week, especially for a big weekend like Thanksgiving weekend, keep an eye on the apps and everything like that, because you never know when the virtual queue is going to be turned on or off. And that does not only keep an eye on it during the morning, but also keep an eye on it during the afternoon. Remember, they do 2 virtual queue times. Now, before I go to the new Disneyland treats that have arrived, let me see if there's any new comments in here. Um, sorry, being sitting back. I'm trying to read my notes up here a little bit further. What would you say? I'm doing good. This Wednesday is your birthday. Well, happy birthday early. I know you won't see me because I won't be back on with Wayne Tech until Friday. So happy birthday, and also I don't know. I'm assuming you guys do Thanksgiving up there in Canada. I don't know if it's called something different or if you guys have a different Thanksgiving day, but hey, in here, America, Thursday is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. Um, That's not okay. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Toontown was one I wish was able to be seen at Walt Disney World. I did see it once a long time ago. One of the first times I remember going back, I think in 2006. And then, of course, in 2007, sometime after that, is when they started the refurbishment for the expanded Fantasyland. So I got to be able to see it once. I mean, really, they just had their houses. The Toontown in Disneyland is much more extensive and much better, to be honest with you. So the one that was out here, you're not really missing a whole lot. K Titus, what's going on, buddy? I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me. Where is it? It's in October, Thanksgiving here. So you guys have Thanksgiving in October. All right. Well, let's keep continuing on. So they have some new. There's been some new treats spotted around in Disneyland. The first one up is the gray stuff. At Disneyland's Red Rose. Pardon me. At Disneyland's Red Rose Tavern, the Holly Gray stuff has been spotted. Made with gray chocolate. Made with gray. The name always confuses me because it's just called gray stuff. If you guys ever know from the Beauty and the Beast, he says try the gray stuff. It's delicious. That's what it's thought after. But it's made with the gray stuff, which is pretty much just a blend of white chocolate and cookies and cream. That's really what creates the gray stuff. Sprinkles and a chocolate star that sits on a red shortbread cookie. This goes for $6.49. There is also a Mickey-shaped peppermint beignets with chocolate sauce found at the Mint Julep in New Orleans Square. You can get 3 for $5.49 or 6 for $8.99. Be honest with you, if you're going to get beignets, might as well get the 8 because they go pretty quick. However, I have heard news that for some reason the ones over there have not been doing as well. You'd be better off going to, there's another place over there in Disneyland where you can get your beignets, and I heard they've been a lot better. But I am still jealous that Disneyland gets a New Orleans Square and we don't over here in Disney World. But hey, we get a little bit more than they do. Also, there's something new called the Sipping Chocolate with a dipping waffle at the Merriest Night at Jolly Holiday. So if you guys don't know, that is the Disney's extra hours event out at Disneyland. This is going to only be found, and this isn't hot chocolate. I'm going to emphasize, this is not hot chocolate. This is a European style dipping chocolate. Heard it's very thick. Heard it's actually quite wonderful. Fortunately, it's in Disneyland, and I'm sad that I don't get to try it. But hey, that's okay. We have a whole. Trust me, we have a whole lot to go over with Disney World, and that's all I got for Disneyland for right now. Sorry, I'm trying to get over some allergies right now, so throat gets kind of dry kind of quick. All right, on to Disney World. First, in Disney World, there has been new CDC guidelines that has been presented in the area where Disney does preside, where they have taken it down to a moderate tier, which means vaccinated guests are not required to have masks indoors. However, Disney has not yet updated their mask policy, so therefore masks are still required indoors on Disney property, other than your rooms. If you're staying there and you're in your rooms, you don't have to have your mask, of course. But anywhere else inside on Disney property, you must have your mask. And of course, in dining locations, you can take it off once you get to your table. Okay. another thing I wanted to point out, there has been I did actually get to use it the other day when I was actually buying the 50th anniversary Joffrey's coffee. Um, if you're in Disney World and you want to speed up your time and you're at either Epcot Creation Shop or the World of Disney in Disney Springs, please use Disney or use Magic Mobile. They are testing out a new service where basically all the items you're going to buy, you scan it with your phone, you pay with your phone, you go to one quick counter, there's a whole bunch of bags, you show them that you paid for it, and you're done. No waiting in lines. I've used it at both locations, and it's been fabulous. So I'm just waiting for them to open it up at more locations, and it'll be awesome. So please, if you're coming out here, especially in a busy time like this week, please take advantage of the Magic Mobile feature where you can buy your merchandise inside the store. It works really, really well. What's up, OTT? I appreciate you coming on by, hanging out with us tonight. We do have out at Disney World as well. Trying to figure out where my place is. We have meet and greets back. Meet and greets are returning slowly but surely. We do have a couple that have been spotted. We have Tiana has been spotted over at Princess Fairy Tale, as well as over at the Disney Junior area in Hollywood Studios. We have spotted Vampirina, Pluto, and Fancy Nancy to return in there. Now the dance party is still going on, but now the scenes that are outside of it will have characters to be taking pictures of it. Minnie Mouse has also been found over at Red Carpet Dreams at Hollywood Studios, and Belle has actually been found sitting outside in the queue line of Belle's Enchanted Tales. Now that ride is, or I guess it's more of a show, is currently still closed, as there's a lot of interactive that involves the crowd, people sitting close, people touching things, and they haven't figured out a way to open that back up yet. But they bring in Belle and having her in the queue line. You can take pictures, distant pictures with her. You can ask her questions at a distance and everything like that. Now, with these, and no, there's been one other sighting of Mickey. Mickey has also been sighted over at the Pixar Shorts in Epcot in his tuxedo outfit. Now, with these meet and greets, there are no huggings. There is no autographs. Those are all banned right now. You can talk to them. You can take photos with them at a distance. I don't think you can, you can't put their arms around you, the normal type of close pictures. But you can kind of take like a selfie, type pose of them standing behind you. Just keep an eye on your My Disney Experience app for more details and locations for more meet and greets. With that, this week, Cirque finally reopened after 4 years after the original Lanuba had closed in 2017, at the end of 2017. The new Drawn to Life Cirque du Soleil show has reopened. Now, from what I understand, the delays happen, of course, not only from, closing down and the normal things, but of course the pandemic. Then they had to change a lot of the scenes of the show, I think, because people couldn't come back into the country. I don't know. Apparently, there's a lot of changes that happened over the past 4 years, and they have finally opened, and it has opened with huge rave reviews. I've heard not a single bad thing about it on any news channel that has been there on opening night. I haven't heard any bad things about this show. I do hope to be able to take the family there, but I know the show's a little pricey right now, so I'm going to give it a little bit of time. But I definitely want to check out this show. It's actually kind of a cool idea. It's what is it? It's multi-design. It's 10 acrobatic sets, and it follows a girl to finish her father's animation project after his death. So, it doesn't have necessarily, Disney characters within it, but it's bringing the Disney idea to the Cirque du Soleil platform. So I think that's pretty cool, and definitely something that should be checked out. If you get a chance to check it out, definitely hit me up, send me a message again, let me know what you think. to take a quick break here. Now, I do want to let anyone know that it's just entered. We are doing a giveaway. The giveaway is for the 50th anniversary blend of Joffrey's Coffee. Joffrey's Coffee. Man, say that 10 times fast. It smells fantastic. Got a lot of good reviews on it. But it's the 50th anniversary blend. I am giving this away. I will be doing a trivia question at the end of this show, where it'll be a question based on what I've said in this show. So don't fret. If you missed some things in the beginning of the show, please go ahead and watch the rewind, because we will be picking the winner next week's show, next Monday. And then I'll have another giveaway for you guys then. So what I want you to do is, when you have the answer, do not put it in the chat. Please go ahead and, again, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Here's the information right here, right above me. Go ahead and send me a message on Instagram. Is probably the best, but send me a message on Instagram, and I will go ahead and check that message. And if you're right, you will go on the wheel for next week to be able to win that Joffrey's coffee. Man, if I could say that right, man. Anyways, let's hit this chat. Let's see what's going on over here. Vampirina, yeah, that's cute. My daughter loves Vampirina. My kids love the whole Disney Junior stuff. It's still just that, like I said, we're just still getting over it. Things getting close. I think we're probably still another year or two out from things really getting back to normal, especially with meet and greets. Funko Brothers, what's going on? I appreciate you stopping on by. Yeah, from what I heard, that Drawn to Life show looks amazing, and I hope to be able to check it out soon. And well, I mean, the Cirque du Soleil is based up there in Canada, so Cirque du Soleil is always really, really good. Chap 3 Pops, what's going on, man? I appreciate just stopping by. But we are going to go ahead and continue. Let me see if I can find my place. All right, so we got Tower of Terror. The Light Up Show is back for the holiday season. If you guys haven't seen it before, I'm going to try to get out there and take some videos of it, whether it's going to be on Instagram or I just do a full-out video. I don't know. I do a video of Grand Floridian coming soon, so please stay tuned for that. But the Tower of Terror Light Show is back to have a festive scene with characters from the Muppets and Toy Story. Also, Snope is back on Hollywood Boulevard. If you don't know what Snope is, it's the closest thing that we get to snow out here in Florida. It's basically soap bubbles that is blown out around by a fan that's made to look like snow. That's the closest we get to snow out here in Florida. So, that soap will be back, and it is blowing on Hollywood Boulevard. Mickey's PhilharMagic has reopened finally, and it does have a return from being closed over a month. The biggest real addition to it is, other than the sign, they redid the sign in the front, has a little less gold, more blue, but they've added a full Coco scene to it, which has a lot of the main characters throughout the movie. I can't wait. My kids love Coco. It's probably one of my favorite Pixar movies alone, so I can't wait to go check it out myself. It has been at Disneyland already for a little while, but now it's finally come to Disney World. So this should be fantastic. Now, filming for the holiday specials have started as well out here in Disney World. Now, they typically do their holiday filming around the beginning of November, end of October, beginning of November. Actually, mainly beginning of November, because that's when the Christmas stuff goes up. But holiday filming has begun around Disney World. And I would also assume Disneyland somewhere too. But out here, celebs like Christian Chenoweth has been spotted. Also, Brett Eldridge and also Chance the Rapper has been spotted out in different locations doing songs for the holidays. The show will debut on November 28th and on Christmas Day on ABC. I got a chance one time to do one of the filmings at Animal Kingdom. I have never wanted to go to another one since. It was the most boring thing I've ever gone through. It really puts a new light on how filming works, and how set productions work. It was quite interesting, but it was hot. I mean, it was already hot that day, and then they had lights on you. Oh man, it was so hot. I was so ready to get out of there. I think I did one performer. There was supposed to be two. We took off after the first one. We were done. But Yeah, it's interesting, but I've never really wanted to go back to do another one. It's actually quite annoying, to be honest with you. If you're coming out here to Disney World this week, do remember Caribbean Beach. The bridges that connect Jamaica and one of the section are going to be closed. The two bridges and the island, which has a playground that connect the Jamaica area to Port Royal, they are going to be closing the bridges for rebuilding. I guess they're going to be rebuilding them. Maybe they're starting to rot out. I don't know. But Disney's always trying to make sure they stay safe and keep everything on. But I've heard that one's going to be down for quite a while. In return of that, to make sure things keep moving, it was an easy way. And so they're going to have an internal shuttle service to be able to move people around, because it is quite a long way. Now the walkway all the way around is still open, but if you're over in the Jamaica section, it's a long way to walk all the way around. So you can use the internal buses to get over to Port Royal, which is where all of the dining, the big pool area, stuff like that is. So make sure if you're going to Caribbean Beach, you are aware that those bridges are getting closed. There's a new addition to Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge area. We have a new zebra that has been born. Her name is Zarina. It was born last month, can be found with her mother in the savannah at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So if you guys get a chance to go out to Animal Kingdom Lodge and go out to the savannah, you may see Zarina out there with her mother. And this is, I think, a fantastic thing, because Disney has been trying to help expand the population of a lot of the different animals that they have out there. So a new addition to to the breed is always a good thing, I think, in my eyes. All right. And a really cool thing actually just happened. They had there's a time capsule that was put in. It was put in over by the flagpoles at Contemporary Resort 25 years ago on the 25th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, and it was it was put in there, and it was to be reopened on October 25th. Of course, it has been opened up. Some of the cast members that have been here since opening day of Magic Kingdom were there on board to help open this thing up. It had many different things, mainly casting, some eyes and ears, paper, stuff. There was a old manager's bow tie. There's name tags, all kinds of different things. If you guys are interested to know what all was in the time capsule, please go ahead and check it out online. There's all kinds of really cool, nifty items that can be found. So just look up Contemporary Time Capsule, and you can find all kinds of good stuff. So let's set up this chat a little bit. What did Nadia say? I missed the Christmas parades. They used to show during Christmas. They were so beautiful. I don't know what they're doing with it this year. I don't know if they're gonna have, because the parades are really. There's actually news of that, so I'm not gonna say too much, but I don't know. The parades really aren't back. They're still really doing the whole cavalcade thing right now. I think the one parade for the merriest Christmas party, Magic Kingdom, is back, but that's really it. They're still kind of keeping the parades down at the moment. Time capsules are awesome. To be honest with you, I didn't even know they had one. I'll have to go check out the area where that was and see where it is. But yeah, I thought that was actually kind of a cool bit of news to go. Now, before we hit all the great items of the Festival of the Holidays, because trust me, you guys are going to want to see these. Your mouths are going to be drooling, and it's going to be fantastic. So you're going to want to see this. But we do have some fantastic new snacks around Disney World that you can also get outside of Festival of the Holidays. Over at Disney Springs, they have the Cirque du Shake. It is found at Disney Springs. It is a strawberry and cookie and cream gelato waffle cone, half dipped in white chocolate. It's got chocolate sauce, whipped cream. Also has 2 lollipops, sprinkles, strawberry, a pinwheel, an umbrella. It is found at Vinde Gelato, and you can get it for $18. I think I haven't gotten it personally myself. Seen some reviews. Heard it's a little bit much, and the cone kind of gets a little soggy on the part that's not chocolate. So for $18, I think you can find much better items out there at Disney Springs. We also do have found over at the boardwalk, we have the breakfast pastry tart. It's basically a giant Mickey shaped Pop Tart. It's a Mickey shaped tart filled with guava berry and covered with blue iridescent icing. It can be found at Boardwalk Bakery for $6.49. Fine dining news. Here's something that I found rather interesting. Apparently, this is a yearly thing, and I just didn't know about it. But over at Morimoto's has a fine, really, I mean, big time fine dining. And if I kill how this is pronounced, trust me, I'm horrible at pronouncing things. But they have a fine dining at Disney Springs at Morimoto called Yamakaze 55 Momokaza. I guess it's actually themed after a very rare Japanese whiskey, which is the bottle that is shown in the picture above. Now, it's a one-day event with 12 courses, 12-course meal prepared by Chef Morimoto himself. Each course is also paired with a different style of this rare whiskey. The event will be held December 4th over at Morimoto's in Disney Springs. And check this. If you're in town and you want to partake in this and there's still seats left, please go ahead and call Morimoto's. Each seat costs $5,500. So if you want to have a great 12-course meal by Chef Morimoto himself and drink some very rare whiskey, and you got $5,000 for one person to go and partake, feel free. If you do, please let me know, because I don't have that amount to be able to drop on this event. But 5,000. Wow. I mean, you got to think about that. That's 12 courses. That's a little under $500 a plate. Wow. Yeah, just to be a fly on the wall in there and see what he is presenting. I don't know. Also for those people that are probably going to go to the Morimoto's event, if you want a new ear, Mickey ear has been spotted, and this is the $1,000 ear, as it is found bedazzled with gold gems all over it. No one's been able to touch it. It's always, all the ones I've seen has been behind glass. I don't know. I would think that thing has got to have some weight to it. I don't know, but that is that's interesting. I mean, personally, I don't know if I'd be wearing that around the park, because who's going to wear a full gold bedazzled $1,000 Mickey ear? I don't know. I don't know if I would. I mean, come on, Florida, it rains. You're gonna want to get that thing wet? Not me. All right. Well, for the rest of us, and something I think I'm going to go ahead and try to find, I may even find this for a giveaway, but I don't know. The price is kind of steep right now. But a new tumbler has been found over in Magic. I think they found it at the Emporium. Mainly at the Emporium at Magic Kingdom. It is a black and gold 50th anniversary tumbler. And now these are also kept behind a counter. They don't keep them in the normal shelves. You have to ask a cast member for the tumbler, as they are kept behind the counter. As we know from the 50th anniversary, there were fights over tumblers. Just like I said then, and just like I said now, why are we fighting over tumblers? They're just a cup. Now, I do think this tumbler is very cool. I wouldn't mind having it in my collection, but it does have a good price tag of $49.99 for the tumbler. So we'll see. Maybe if you guys are good, I'll find this for a giveaway. I mean, that's a $50 item that I would love to give away to you guys. But we'll see. We'll see if I can find it. We'll see if I can, let it out of my own clutches, because I think the thing's pretty awesome. Now, the greatness, what we're going to get into. Before I get into D23, we are going to get into the foodie guide for the 2021 Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, which will be starting on Friday, October 26th. That will be this Friday. It'll be pretty awesome. And I'm probably not going to go this Friday because, of course, it's still the holidays and it's going to be absolutely crazy. I will probably go the week after that because, of course, if I've told many of those people, if you guys ever get a chance to come to Disney World, the best time to come to Disney World is the 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas because it is actually rather quiet, really. It is kind of nice during those 3 weeks, especially even Disney cruises. It's great to take a Disney cruise out on that time. It is the cheapest Disney cruises during that time you will find because once the week of Christmas starts and the week of New Year starts, is going to be crazy. I really try to refrain by going anywhere near Disney during those weeks, but filming, usually I got to do something. Maybe I'll go do some resorts. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's hit up. Let's see what you guys are thinking about some of this news so far. Before we get into that, wow, that's a crazy shake. Yes, it is. 5,000. No, 5,000. And this, I don't know if it was a reason. Let me go back to that slide. I don't know if it was because of the 55, but it was 5,055. Not 5,500, but 5,055. I guess they just want to have the 55 in there. I don't know. But yeah, very expensive. Where we at? Ask if you can buy a half a course. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to go too well. I don't think asking Morimoto if you can buy a half a course is going to go very well. You need to put those ears in a hard case. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, why would you want to spend $1,000 on a set of Mickey ears that you can't wear? I mean, I get it to display at home, but I mean, everyone wears them at the parks. I'm not really a Mickey ear type of guy, but I don't know. I don't get it. If that's your type of thing, please, more power to you. I don't know what I said. Did I say it wrong? Yes, I mean November 26th. Did I say December? I'm not sure. I apologize if I did. But yes, Festival of the Holidays is going to start on let me get this right. On November 26th is when that will start. Now, let me get this started here. This thing is going to look awesome. Let me find my beginning. All right. Now we're going to start. There's a bunch. They're going off of lands. Now, they don't have as many lands as Food and Wine has, but they do space them out. So this will be found in the port of entry area. This is the Makalaka. I don't know whatever. Sorry, actually, this one. This is basically the Hawaiian Christmas. I don't know how to say it. I'm really bad with that stuff. But they have some fantastic items. They do have a Kahlua pork with Okinawa purple sweet potatoes and a mango salad. And trust me, I've had the pulled pork sliders at Food and Wine. It is fantastic. I can't wait to try this one. They also have a lome salmon with tomatoes, onions, salmon roe, yuzu mayo, and yuca chips. And then they also seen in here is the huapa, which is a Hawaiian coconut pudding with candied macadamia nuts and coconut. Fantastic. Now, here's one thing that I will say. I don't usually, Food and Wine, I really go after the food. I'm not so much usually into the drinks. Maybe sometimes I'll get some interesting items over at Germany. But, man, the items over here, and I'm just going to highlight some of the ones that I really think are cool. I think that they usually try to find local alcohols to put out here for these things too. But some of these sound awesome. They have a Hawaiian Pale Ale, which is kind of a normal, but I think the cool ones are the sparkling pineapple wine or the melon breeze and spice rum. Now I'm a huge rum fan, so the melon breeze and spice rum is singing to me, and I really want that thing. Over in near Disney Traders, you got the Chestnut and Goods Cheer Holiday Kitchen. These are going to be basics. These are going to be cinnamon glazed almonds, cinnamon glazed cashews, cinnamon glazed pecans, and fire roasted chestnuts. For beverages, you're going to have hot chocolate. You can have a sweet nutty stout from Orlando. American Heritage hot chocolate with peanut butter whiskey. Now that one could be interesting. Hot chocolate, peanut butter whiskey. Well, how about just the whiskey itself? That sounds awesome. Whipped cream and candied nuts. And then, of course, you also have a eggnog with peanut butter whiskey as well, which is a new item. Moving on, we do have the sweet treats, the holiday sweets and treats, which is also near the port of entry. They're going to have a peppermint sundae, chocolate ice cream, whipped cream, and peppermint candy canes, and an exclusive redemption cookie. Now, these cookies that I'll be pointing out, some of these are the cookie stroll that they do every year. I'll try to know which ones are part of the cookie stroll. I may try to film the cookie stroll this year. It is rather fun. They have some fantastic cookies. Some I don't care much for, but I'm hoping they bring the pinwheel back because it's honestly the best cookie they've had every single year. All right. So, also over at this location, they do have some interesting items for drinks. They got the chocolate peppermint shake featuring Twinings, peppermint cheer tea. They have an eggnog white porter, which that could be definitely quite interesting. They also have a s'mores black lager, also quite interesting and sounds very, very good. And then you can also get that chocolate peppermint shake with Twinings peppermint cheer tea with whipped cream vodka added to it. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? All right. We also have the holiday hearth desserts near port of entry. This is going to be a red velvet mini bundt cake and cream cheese icing. They're also going to have a salted caramel spaceship Earth cookie. Now, that one does look good. That one's right up there, shaped like spaceship Earth. They got snowball cookies. I'm not a huge snowball cookie. If you like snowball cookies, to me, they're just messy. I don't know. My wife makes them every year. It's one cookie I just don't touch. They have peppermint bark, mousse crunch, and of course a gingerbread cookie, which is part of the cookie stroll. They kind of have basics there: hot chocolate, cinnamon apple cider, and they do have a cocoa candy cane hot chocolate with peppermint schnapps. Why not? I mean, just because you can. Let's see. Yes, I think I'm here. All right. So over at the refreshment port, this is actually kind of an unsung location. They always have some sort of poutine. If you like poutine, especially if you're Canadian, I know you guys like poutine. I love it myself. It's one of my favorite items. But they always have some different one at every festival. This one, they are going to have a turkey poutine, French fries with turkey gravy, cranberry relish, and crispy onions. They also have a quinto soft serve waffle cone. I believe that's a Spanish type of drink. They'll also have a cranberry hard cider, a pumpkin spice ginger cocktail, and a quinto soft serve with spiced rum. Wow, I am horrible at pronouncing things. Moving over to the Yukon Kitchen, which is found in Canada. They're going to have seared scallops with parsnip silk, apple chutney, and hazelnut croissant. I don't know. My Canadian people, again, I apologize for that. We're also going to have the beef bouillon. Wow, I'm not even going to try with crushed peppers, maple bush noel, which is a maple mousse and cranberry rolled in a gingerbread chiffon cake, and they got the actual Snickers candy doodle cookie made with Snicker bar ice cream, which is also part of the cookie stroll, which is a new item this year. For drinks at this one, they're going to have frozen hot chocolate, maple cinnamon coffee beer, which actually sounds fantastic. They're also going to have the maple cookie blonde ale, a peanut butter and banana porter. I mean, what part of that doesn't sound like you need to try that? Every part of that I need to try. And then, of course, they got frozen coffee with whiskey, just because why not? All right. Moving to L'Haïm Holiday Kitchen. It can be found in between France and Morocco. I'm going to guess this is our Jewish booth. Now, I have had this before, and it's fantastic. The pastry on rye with house-made pickles and deli mustard. The smoked salmon potato lakta. I don't know. You're also going to have a jelly-filled donut. I'm not even going to try to pronounce how they call it. And then you're going to have the black and white cookie, which is also part of the cookie stroll. Biggest thing they really got here is the Hanukkah beer, which I don't know what that consists of, and a Blue Cosmo cocktail. All right, moving on to Morocco. Now, Morocco is not going to have a certain booth this year, but they are going to have these items in the Tangerine Cafe, where they usually used to be more of a quick service, but they're doing now. I think they were using it for food and wine. Now they're also using it for this. So you're going to find these items in the Tangerine Cafe. You'll have grilled kebabs with carrot, chickpea salad, and garlic aioli. You can either get them in a lamb or chicken. They have the stone-baked Moroccan bread with hummus, fig tapenade, and zio dip. I don't know what that is. Almond spice cake with ginger mousse, orange ganache, and sesame tule. Now, the drinks to me honestly sound more interesting than the food. They have a lavender apple hard cider. I mean, that just sounds good. Ginger turmeric hard cider, a spicy nutmeg hard cider, which that sounds right up my alley. You got the fig cocktail with sparkling wine, fig vodka, and cranberry juice, or you could also get the cider flight, so you can try all three ciders all at once. Again, price of these were not listed. They're just talking about what's in the locations. Now, before we continue on, what's going on out there? What do you got? How are you guys feeling about these items? Mickey ear giveaway. Yeah, not the $1,000 Mickey ears. That's not going to happen. Channel needs to be doing Mr. Beast style money before we can do a $1,000 Mickey ear giveaway. I did say October. I do apologize. Festival Holidays is starting on November 26th. Glazed almonds, good. If you like those, I mean, that definitely sounds. And what's funny with glazed almonds is those booths, you can always smell them from a mile away. Red velvet cakes, fantastic. They use cheese curds or grated cheese? I don't know. Usually it's a cheese spread. Typically, what they use out here, I believe you guys use more cheese curd on your poutine in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I would eat all from the Canada booth. They usually have some really good stuff. Nadia, check out the autographs I got on the YouTube channel, and also popping. Hey, Chase's Kingdom, what's going on, buddy? Popping in during the commercial. That's right. He is out at the Tampa Bay game. I got no skin in the fight, so I'm not really watching. That's why I'm here. Commercial. Fire the cannons. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself out there, and drive home safe. I don't know if you're going to stay in Tampa overnight, but drive home safe if you guys are driving back home tonight. All right? Because I know you guys, I think that's almost like a 2-hour drive for you guys. Anyways, let's continue on. We are at the American holiday table. This one does sound real good. We have a slow roasted turkey with Ben's original stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, and cranberry sauce. Basically, Thanksgiving on a plate. We got the holiday pot pie with jackfruit, mushrooms, carrots, peas, onions, and puff pastry. This is plant-based. We do have the pumpkin gingerbread cheesecake with cranberry, whipped cream, and candied pumpkin seeds. And we also have the chocolate crinkle cookie made with Dove chocolate bar. Now, that cookie is part of the holiday cookie stroll. So now for drinks over here, of course, they have also got the eggnog white porter. They do have a peppermint chocolate stout, which sounds really, really good. And of course, they got regional red and white wines. All right. And I think they got one other drink and a beer flight. A lot of these do have beer flights that'll kind of give you small little bits of each different location. A lot of times the beer flights are included if you are adding these. Mind you, it is starting on November 26th, and I believe it goes all the way up until Christmas or the week after Christmas. I didn't remember that part. Moving into Germany, we have the Bravia Holiday Kitchen, which is in Germany. They got, pardon me, they got pork schnitzel with mushroom sauce, spetzel, and braised red cabbage. Now, I have had their schnitzel, and it's fantastic. Cheese fondue and a bread bowl with steamed baby vegetables and marble potatoes. and they also have a Linzer cookie. That cookie is fantastic, by the way. It's not my absolute favorite, but it is up there with one of the favorites I have for the cookie stroll. They have over here, they have the hard apple cider, German style gold lager, which is a new item, Doppelbock beer. And mainly, more, basic German type of beers. That was the only one that I really wasn't like, so I was surprised they didn't have more interesting, different items at that one. But hey, you can't always go crazy. Now, over the refreshment port, which is in the outpost, they do have one item, and that is going to be the coconut pineapple cake with Dole Whip. This is a brand new item, and this thing looks awesome. And this is a must get the next time I am in Epcot. This thing looks fantastic. They do also have a Nairobi a Nairobi coffee dark beer. I'm a huge dark beer fan, so that sounds right up my alley. Now, they did continue to leave the donut box open for this. Now, the donut box is found over by Test Track, presented by Chevrolet. The food items, mine is not a sponsor, just reading it off the paper. Food items we have are the pumpkin cake donut with pumpkin spice icing, a holiday donut with coconut and crisp pearls, a chocolate peppermint donut, and an eggnog cream filled donut with cinnamon icing and crumbled ginger snap cookies. That one sounds to be the best, to be honest with you. All the other ones I could kind of, I'll try them. But that eggnog cream filled, I'm a big filled donut. That one sounds awesome. I'm going to have to try that. They also have a gingerbread milkshake, a gingerbread stout, which could be pretty interesting, and a gingerbread milkshake with whipped cream vodka. So why not add a gingerbread milkshake and just add vodka to it? Because, why not? I know I keep saying that, but that's okay. Okay. Now, if there's a country that I'm going to screw up pronunciations, this is going to be one of them. Over in France, we have the Neapolitan de Flume and Brioche. I probably killed that. But we have the smoked salmon Napoleon with layers of smoked salmon, dill mousse, and creme fraiche. I think it's creme fraiche mousse served in a brioche item. This is one of those things where I don't think I have a feeling that it's better than what it looks like, because it is the one that's pictured inside the bread, and it looks like a weird gelatin cube. But I strongly, I don't know why, but I want to try this. It just looks interesting. We also have the Dinda Foreste. I don't know. I'm not going to do the rest. Turkey bacon, mushrooms, onions, and in a mustard cream sauce served with roasted sweet potatoes. And, of course, you do have the classic Bûche de Noël chocolate cake, which is a chocolate Christmas log with chocolate biscuit, white chocolate mousse, raspberry cream, and chocolate fudge coating. They're saying it's a new item, but they always had a at the France, every year they've always had like a Christmas log cake that they've done. Over there, the big one that stands out to me, there's actually two of them, is the frozen hot chocolate martini, which is vanilla vodka, chocolate milk, and whipped cream, and also the cranberry mimosa, which is sparkling wine with orange juice and cranberry syrup. That one actually sounds quite interesting. Maybe something to try. We have the Tuscan Kitchen, the Tuscan Holiday Kitchen, which is in Italy, another country where I'm going to completely mangle the names of these items. So I may not actually say them completely, but we have a crispy half-moon breaded mozzarella filled ravioli with pomodoro sauce. This is a new item. Come on, you can't really do wrong on a ravioli. That just sounds awesome. You also do have a ravioli, shrimp ravioli in scampi sauce with white wine, garlic, lemon zest, and parsley. And then you also do have the fantastic, this is actually one of my wife's favorite items that we've gotten many, many years ago, the chocolate-filled Actually, they're saying this is a new item, but I think this is an item that they used to have and they brought back, to be honest with you. Chocolate-filled Italian donuts with chocolate hazelnut spread and powdered sugar. This one, nothing really in the drinks kind of stood out to me, except for maybe the Italian margarita with tequila and limoncello. Of course, if you're in Italy, you got to have something with limoncello. It's fantastic. Everything else is kind of basic Pinot Noir or Pinot Grigio, sparkling red wine, Moscato, stuff like that. Did that one. All right, we are almost. I know you guys. I'm making you guys hungry, but we are almost done here. Over at the Lotus Blossom, they are having just one item this year, which is the house-made cheesy crab wontons, which sounds fantastic. And they've also got a beverage called the Fireworks. I might as well have this while you're watching the fireworks as well. But it is a tequila gold, vodka, orange juice, and mango syrup. Sounds awesome. I mean, that just sounds pretty good. Over in the Washu Holiday Kitchen, which is in Japan, they have the sushi tree, which is sashimi grated tuna, salmon, ikura, and yellowtail with vegetables decorated in an artistic bed of rice to celebrate the holidays. You also have the New Year celebration soba, which is buckwheat soba noodles and a hot dashi soup with shrimp, tempura, fish cake, shiitake mushrooms, and chopped green onions. And then you got the Mont Blanc tart, which is a maca mousse or matcha. I'm going to say that right because I love matcha, to be honest with you. Matcha mousse tart with a sweet red bean center, sprinkled with kento pito sugar candy. I know that it's up there and it doesn't look the most appetizing, but if you've ever had Japanese, they usually have, and you can find them out at Disney Springs. They got these little Japanese fish, and they fill them with that red bean paste. Oh my God, they're one of the best things I've ever had. I could probably finish off a dozen of those pretty easily. So if they put the red bean paste in there with the matcha, I think that's going to be a fantastic dessert. Plus, I got to try that tree. That thing just looks far too interesting not to try it. I think that those are a must. Over on beverages, they got a chocolate banana chocolate banana boba, which is coca Japanese milk drink, banana syrup, strawberry poppin' boba pearls, and they've also got a sparkling plum wine. Now, I have actually never had a boba drink, and I used to live in California and used to see people drink them all the time, but I've never personally had one. Maybe I'll have to try this one. I don't know. We'll see. They also do have a couple other items. They had the chocolate Tokyo banana, which is a cocoa Japanese milky drink, banana syrup, and vodka, and the pomegranate draft lager, which is a rice lager with hints of pomegranate and lemon. That actually sounds not bad. We got moving on over to Mexico. This is the Las Politas Holiday Kitchen. Another land where I'm most likely going to destroy the names. So I'm just going to read the descriptions. We're going to go with the chorizo served in a giant tostada with chipotle black bean puree, salsa verde, queso cotija, which I believe is the cheese, crema mexicano, and pickled onions. They have a tamale barbacoa, which is shredded barbacoa beef in corn mesa topped with ranchera salsa, queso, and crema mexicana. Excuse me. This is has a gluten-free, wheat-friendly item, by the way. And then they also have the dulce de leche churro sprinkled with cinnamon sugar. I mean, that's a must-have. That's a no-brainer. For drinks, they have the cranberry cinnamon margarita, apple cinnamon infused mezcal, cranberry juice, orange juice, liqueur, lime juice, and cinnamon sugar rim. They have the horchata margarita. That one just sounds awesome. And mistletoe cerveza, which is a lager with black currant liqueur. Very interesting. Of course, we can't forget about the funnel cake stand. They do have a new item this year called the mini pumpkin pie funnel cake. It is a funnel cake topped with ice cream, whipped cream, graham cracker crumble. You see it there. It looks awesome. And last page. I think we got one item left. And of course, Joffrey's can't be left out. We have the Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. We have a Carolers Cold Brew, Joffrey's French Rose Cold Brew with brown butter toffee, Swiss chocolate syrup, and sweet cream topping with whipped cream and Twix bar pieces. Wow. That sounds fantastic. Of course, no pricing yet. They just released the list. And like I said, I won't be there opening night, but I will be there most likely the week after that when it gets a little quieter and I can partake in a little bit more items. And I might even have to go, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks in a row. There sounds to be way too many good things and way too many drinks. With all these drinks, I may, I don't know how the end of the filming would go, but I'm gonna have to try as many things as I possibly can. Now, before we get into the last big item for today, I told you there was a lot of information to go over today. Before we get into Destination 23, let me hit up that chat. Let me see what you guys are saying. Because do remember, there is a giveaway again tonight if you are just returning. We do have the Joffrey's Coffee. I swear I do that every time. Joffrey's Coffee 50th anniversary blend. And in order to get entered into this giveaway, I will be giving you a trivia question about something that I talked about in the show. And all you have to do is then send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. I'll put that bit of information back up here real quick. If you do not follow me, please go ahead and follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just send me a message. Do not put it in the chat. Do not put the answer in the chat, and we will pick a winner next week. So therefore, if you have missed some of this and you don't know what the answer is, you can always watch the rewind and find the answer and then text me. You can text me all week until the show next Monday. So I will take entries all the way up until the show next week. Where did I lose my place at? All right, D23. So let's hit up this chat real quick before I start this section. I said something correctly then. Yeah, there's a lot of things on that thing looks yummy. Sushi Tree looks very interesting. You're not a fan of red bean paste. I guess it's one of those acquired tastes. Not everybody's a fan. My wife really doesn't care for it that much. I find it absolutely fantastic. It is one of my favorite items ever. And like I said, if you ever get a chance, there's a little booth right out by the movie theater, the dine-in side of the AMC theaters in Disney Springs, and they sell those little fish pastries with the red bean paste in it. Oh my God, it is fantastic, and I love it. D23. Again, like I said, if you didn't know what D23 is the small expo in between the years where they do the D23 expo. Now, you must be a D23 member in order to go to these expos. And the D23, basically fan club is basically, said to be the biggest Disney fans of them all. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth things with this where Bob Chapek was supposed to speak at this and then he backed out. They had Josh Tomorrow there. Heard rumors that maybe Chapek did a video message. I don't know. There's been a big thing going back and forth between WDW News and Chapek. I don't know what it is. I'm staying out of it. But, we'll let them go back and forth with it. But some of the main items going on with D23, of course, they started out talking about Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. They had a great little video on there with Josh Tomorrow had gone to the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. He also brought out there's a video of Rey having a retractable lightsaber kind of coming out, lighting up. This is real. He brought it out on stage. He opened it up. It is not something that is for sale. You cannot get the retractable lightsaber for sale. But he did talk about some of the things on Galactic Star Cruiser where he went and did the lightsaber training. It's basically kind of idea from the movies where the item's supposed to be shooting at you, but it's basically just shooting light lasers and I think when the lightsaber hits it, it then moves to another spot, so you can kind of do your lightsaber training. It was really rough, and I think it's probably something that's going to look cooler when you're there if you get a chance to do it than what they were showing. But it definitely looks interesting. The retractable lightsabers will not be for sale even at the Galactic Star Cruiser, but apparently the trainers will have the retractable lightsaber. Now, throughout your cruise, again, you can partake and choose to either be a light or dark side. Now, of course, you can help, the Rebel Alliance, or if you want to decide to be part of the Republic, and tell everybody. You can be both, or you can really just sit back, have a drink, and enjoy your stay. It's really, an experience for everybody to be had. But they do, of course, allow you the opportunity to really partake in the whole storyline of the weekend and kind of create your own path. Now, again, this show will have 100 cabins total, and I believe the minimum one is a 2-person cabin, and that ranges at about $2,400 for the 3-day 2-night experience, where you will have exclusive time over in the Star Wars land, or I can't remember what the name of it's a Dark Spire outpost, where you will get on to Rise of Resistance and Smuggler's Run. The other big news that I'm really excited for is they announced more details on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which of course took the place of Ellen's Energy Experience. I can't remember the name of it anymore, but it was there forever. Really, the only thing that is kind of the same from the old one is the shell of the original building. Everything else has been completely redone. It is getting very close, as the front has already gotten landscaping done. However, the new ship has the front ship in the beginning has not arrived yet. But they do. If you take the monorail over, you can see the platform in which it'll stand, already set and ready to go in place. Now, the Cosmic Rewind is going to open up in summer of 2022. They did announce that. It'll be labeled as a story coaster. So it's going to have a coaster. It's going to have a story behind it, and going around. The cars will be able to move 360 degrees around as you go around the track. The queue line is also going to show the life of Xandar, and even have a message from Nova Prime. Now, there was also an original concept drawing where the pre-queue show was supposed to have animatronics of Groot and Rocket. We don't know if that made it into the final cuts. As we know, a lot of different things had budget cuts. So we're going to hope we get to see this scene again with Groot and Rocket with the Milano, but time will tell. Now, Josh Amaro did talk about Tron, and gave us this great aerial view of where Tron is today. Now, really, I think to myself, why is he showing Tron? After just showing that Guardians is going to come out in summer of 2022. My theory behind this of talking about Tron, quickly after talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, is the fact that I'm thinking, especially where it's at, Tron should be coming towards the end of 2022. That's where I'm thinking the whole thing is coming across. So that way, technically, it's still part of the 50th anniversary. Because, of course, we know the 50th anniversary is an 18-month event. So, therefore, it'll still kind of be part of that. So, I think the point, they didn't hint to that. They didn't say to that. But I think that's really where they were going with this, is I think that Tron is going to be opening up around the end of 2022. That's, we'll talk about it when it gets closer, and maybe when the D23 Expo comes next September, which I'm hoping myself to be there. All right, and hopefully we can make that happen. We'll never know. Part of the new Epcot lineup is going to have this great rendition. They showed a video of their master sculptor, and they're adding a new area in I believe what it's called, the celebration there. So of course they're separating up World Showcase. It's not gonna be World Showcase. It's gonna be different areas. You're gonna have World Celebration. You're gonna have Exploration, and I can't remember the three neighborhoods, but it's gonna be right in the middle, which is Celebration, and it's gonna be a new statue of Walt Disney himself. It's basically called Dreamer's Point, and it's supposed to express Walt sitting there coming up with some great ideas, great dreams, and wanting to share that with everybody else around. So I think it's going to be a great looking statue. I don't think Epcot's ever had a statue of Walt, and I think this will be a great addition to the Epcot idea of celebration. Now, there was a great quick service that was announced, which is going to take over the spot of Electric Umbrella. This location will be called Connections Cafe. It'll be across from where Creation Shop is now. And again, it took over the spot of the old Electric Umbrella. To be honest with you, I don't understand the point of, Connections Cafe, Creation Shop. I think the naming is kind of lackluster to me, to be honest with you. I mean, that's just me. But I don't know. I think they could have done a little bit better than that. But who knows? We'll see. Now, there has been an extensive refurbishment. Actually, I'm jumped ahead. Sorry. And coming in early, they did announce, and I told you I didn't want to bring this up just yet because that was coming soon, was, pardon me, early 2022 Festival of Fantasy Parade will be returning to the Magic Kingdom, along with the Mickey's Friendship Fair will also be returning to the stage, and Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcades will also continue. So they're bringing back Festival of Fantasy Parade, which is a very, fan favorite parade out there in Magic Kingdom. Of course, it has the dragon that breathes fire. And then, of course, the Friendship Fair show, which is a fantastic show. My kids love that one. And the cavalcades, guess what? Cavalcades aren't going away. I think it's just a way for them to bring more, I guess, characters to people. I don't know. I mean, that's what my thought is. But for right now, cavalcades are not going away anytime soon. Now, there has been an extensive refurbishment out at Fantasmic. And they did say that Fantasmic will be returning in 2022. Didn't give us a time frame. Didn't say summer. Didn't say end. Didn't say anything like that. They just said it's going to come back in 2022 with all new technology and all new scenes with characters like Aladdin, Moana, and even Frozen. So, I mean, it's going to pretty much be a whole new story from what you know to this. So, I mean, mind you, the Fantasmic story was great. I thought that show was awesome. I heard it's a lot better in Disneyland, but I hope they don't do, again, I can't give my honest opinion because I haven't seen it yet. I kind of been reserved to go see Enchanted, which is a new fireworks show at a Magic Kingdom, because I loved Happily Ever After so much. I thought it was a fantastic show. Enchanted hasn't gotten the greatest reviews, but, we got to go with what we got to go with. I'm hoping we don't get the same downturn on this, but time will tell. We got to give it a chance. We have to go there, at least check it out, give it a chance, and see what it is. So as soon as I know more of when this will be reopening, we will definitely let you know, as I know we are all looking forward to seeing that famous steamboat again. And hopefully this time, I don't know if you guys have seen videos in the past, hopefully we don't have Dopey falling off the top deck. Just search it on YouTube. You'll find it. It's pretty easy. The Finding Nemo show out at Animal Kingdom is returning. However, they are changing it. It's going to be called Finding Nemo and the Big Blue Beyond, which I've seen from Finding Nemo and Finding Dory together. So it's not going to be the same stage show that they always had. It's going to be a little bit differently. So it should be pretty fun. Didn't announce. It just says it's going to come next year. Again, no exact time frame on when it is going to come out. Now, one really cool thing that they did talk about, and this is something Josh Tomorrow talked about, is they are, he wanted to talk about new projects that they're working on. And this one I thought was really, really cool. It's called Project EXO. And this is, I know from this picture, in fact, I'll show you an even better one. This is them on stage, Josh Tomorrow and the guy in the exoskeleton suit. It's mainly to not only help cast members with, basically, okay, let me just take it back. Basically, you have a lot of cast, a lot of these big characters like Sully and Beast and stuff like that. Those costumes have got to be heavy, especially holding them off your shoulders. They've got to be heavy to carry around and to play those characters. This is something that is going to change that. It's going to take all the weight, bring it down to the feet, and be able to move a lot easier. I mean, the hands are going to move with your hands, and it's so lightweight. They said that all the hands and that webbing is actually made from a plastic that they use and that they made from a 3D printing machine. It's a light lattice material, and characters will have full wave of motion to be able to use this, be able to say high five, wave, fist bump, whatever. I think they didn't say what type of characters they're going to use with this, but I think that, if you've been to Disney World and you've seen some characters before, especially ones like Sully, who have some weird arm motions, I would assume they're going to use things with characters like Sully, the Abominable Snowman, Beast, a lot of other ones that are coming out. I could definitely see them using this type of technology. And just like the Spider-Man that we saw at Marvel Academy, that one was announced years before we ever finally got to see what it was used for. So it may be, again, years before we actually get to see this technology really come into play in the parks. But it's great to know that, again, Disney is trying to push that envelope and bring a great character experience to guests. So I think that's a really, really cool thing to go with. Now, out of Disneyland, of course, they closed the AMC theaters a while ago because they were originally going to put up a resort, and then the resort got backed out. They're going to close a few other stores like Starbucks and stuff like that, and they're going to tear down the AMC theaters and recreate this location. They're removing the old AMC theater and adding a new event space for music and more. They're going to start demo on this on January 2022. Also, if you've been to Disneyland, the world of actually, you've been to Disneyland, they've also been asking, the Magic Band Plus was announced recently for Disney World before the 50th, which still hasn't come out yet. We're not expecting those till 2022. But guests at Disneyland have always been asking, why can't we get Magic Bands? And they are going to be. The Disneyland will be getting the Magic Band Plus to be able to use, be able to glow with the show, attach your credit card to it, attach your rooms to it, and they're going to have their exclusive Disneyland one that will release later this year. Later in 2022. Again, price points have not been released yet, so I to be honest with you, I expect around $100, $100 a band, to be 1,000% honest. If you're going to Disney, wait, did I miss one? I did miss one. Oh, I just didn't have the image. If you're going to Disney Land anytime soon, especially this weekend, just remember they are still not doing World of Color or the Electric Light Parade, but they did say that both of those shows, the Electric Light Parade and World of Color, will be returning in 2022. There's a lot of things they really started to talk about with what they have, what they brought back this year, and what they plan on bringing back in 2022. So continuing on. Paris, of course, Disneyland Paris is celebrating their 30th anniversary next year. And this is some of the, artist renderings of the decorations that they're going to have up out there. If you guys get a chance to go out to Disneyland Paris, you guys can see some fantastic things. Says Disneyland Paris will also be celebrating the 30th. Some decorations. Construction is going to be, that's actually really, really cool. So they also have construction still continuing on. Now, originally when the Marvel Academy was announced, it got announced for 3 locations. We've seen the first location at Disneyland. The second location is ongoing right now over in Disneyland Paris. I don't know what the ride is yet, but it is coming along quite well. They say this will be open in 2022 for the 30th anniversary. And this is what it's supposed to look like in the end. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. There's the second Marvel campus, and I believe the third one is supposed to be either opening up in either Shanghai or Japan. I can't remember which one. Now over in Hong Kong, construction has begun. They did show about construction has begun on the new Arendelle Land, which is of course frozen out there in Hong Kong. This is one of 2 locations that will be getting the Arendelle Land, which is also Disneyland Paris will be getting it, and Hong Kong, as far as I know. Those are the only locations. So if your kids are really into Frozen like mine, eventually we're gonna have to take them overseas to go see Arendelle up close. But that one should be opening up in 2022 as construction is moving very far ahead of schedule. As you know, they pound those construction items out. In Shanghai, they have a new Zootopia land opening up out at Shanghai, which is the first big addition to Shanghai since opening 5 years ago. What's cool about it is they did show a quick scene of the new yak automatronic. If you remember the yak from the movie, he's kind of like the hippie type of character. They are going to have an animatronic of him, which I think will be fantastic. Of course, this land I think will be really, really cool and something to definitely check out. I mean, Shanghai is probably one of the locations I've always wanted to try to check out ever since it opened up. Now, the last bit of information that they did talk about, of course, they really didn't talk a lot of details other than what the logo is going to be, as they said that there will be more info to come at the D23 Expo next September in Anaheim. Of course, Disney is going to be celebrating its 100th year anniversary coming in 2023 as a company. Of course, we all know Walt and Roy started the company in August of 1923. The new logo has been announced, no other details. And that's all. That's all they pretty much told us. So I would expect a huge celebration company-wide, really, for 100th year. I mean, you got to give a little congratulations to that. I mean, how many companies out there can say that they've gotten 100 years of business? Most businesses don't last that long. So to have 100 years, to get there in a couple more years, I think that's going to be fantastic and a huge milestone for Disney. I didn't even realize it, to be honest with you. I forgot that they did get started in 1923. But I think that's a great accomplishment to get to. So I think that's fantastic. And that's all I got. That was a lot of information right there. Sorry, that was my ring. That was a lot of information. Let me get to some of your comments real quick before we get to the rest of this. Before we get to this giveaway trivia question. Of course, Christina, spread the love. Appreciate you coming on by. Goofy, yes. Dopey did fall on Goofy off of that steamboat. Again, if you guys haven't seen the video, please. It's always on a Disney blooper reel. Something to check out if you haven't seen that. Yeah, Project Exo is going to be pretty amazing. I think that's going to be really cool. Zootopia, I really wish they were going to put it out here, but Shanghai is going to get it instead. So, I mean, there's been a lot of upgrades out here in Disney World nonetheless, but we'll just wait and see what happens. And again, yeah, it's 100th anniversary. That is huge. That is huge. And again, I think that's a fantastic thing for the company. Now, trivia question time. Let's see. What should we do? Hopefully, we guys all paying attention. We'll do that one, but I don't think you guys will get the name correctly. Let's see. What should we go with? What do you guys think? Should I go hard? Should I go easy? Were you guys all paying attention? Yes, I got an idea. Yes. Okay, so within the information of Destination D23, I did talk about a new quick service that is going to be reopening next year in um, in Epcot. Um, Now I want you to tell me what the old name of that location. Actually, no, because it used to be named something else. I just want you to tell me what the upcoming new name of that cafe is. That new quick service is going to be. That is going to be across from the Creations um, shop over in Epcot. They'll be opening in 2022. So just tell me what the name of the new quick services over at Epcot, and that'll be and please send me that on Instagram message on what that'll be. Again, that information, if you do not follow me, that information is right here. You can go upstairs up to there. Send me an Instagram message. Send me a Facebook message. Probably best on Instagram, and go ahead and tell me what your answer is. We will then go ahead and put all those names. You can answer this question and send me this message all the way up until next Monday's show. In the next Monday show, we will be giving this away in the beginning of the show. So definitely, this is the Joffrey's Coffee 50th anniversary blend of coffee. So if you're a coffee person, and of course, especially if you are a Disney fan, Joffrey's Coffee is a well-known location out here in Disney World. So that's what I got for you guys. I'll have you guys another giveaway for next week. So go ahead and tell me what the name of the new quick service is going to be opening up in 2022 in Epcot. If you're watching this on the rewind, you are still eligible. So go ahead, put that information or send me that information. And please do not put it in the chat on the side. Other than that, that is all I got for you guys today. If you have any other questions or there's anything else more for you on the annual pass thing, hopefully next week. But we will see. We'll see what Disney brings us this week and go from there. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for coming by, hanging out with me. This will be a continued mainstay as I will be here probably every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving you guys the Disney news. If this works, we're going to try this for a couple weeks. If this day works for people, then we're going to continue it. If not, maybe we'll back it off to Sunday. I don't know. We're trying to figure out what works best for everybody, so y'all can get your Disney news. Other than that, you all have a magical day, and always never forget to unleash your inner nerd. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment down below. Plus, also in the comment, if you're watching this on the rewind, leave in the comments down below. Let me know what's your favorite item of the Festival of the Holidays, which you would want to try the most out of all those. I know there's a lot of choices, but let me know what you would like to try. Other than that, y'all have a great one. Don't forget to check out that Donut Life membership and hit that join button. Have a great night.